And welcome into this edition of ACAP Today for the week of March 14th, 2022. I'm Jason Parent with the Aroostook County Action Program, and happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you this week. On this week's edition of ACAP Today, we're going to talk about a special event happening on St. Patrick's Day this Thursday, the Keep the County Warm Day, again, March 17th, 2020. We're going to talk about that in just a minute with Sherry Locke and Shannon Hill from here at ACAP. Sherry will talk about the coat giveaway project that we're doing, and Shannon will talk about how we're going to connect with individuals looking to get heating assistance, yes, even in this part of the season. So we'll connect with them in just a moment. But before we do that, we first go to the news and information that you can use. And we are going to start with the news and information that you can use by giving you a little bit of a briefing, because it is our top story this week about the Keep the County Warm Day. It is coming up this Thursday, as I mentioned. We have generously received over 1,500 coats. Sherry will be following up a little bit more on that. But between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. this Thursday at our locations in Fort Kent, Madawaska, Caribou, Presque Isle, Holton, and Dyer Brook, we'll be offering free brand new children's coats to individuals. And we'll talk about that again in just a little bit. We're also opening up our HEAP line that day, our Home Energy Assistance Program line, to be able to help individuals determine if it's worth pursuing an application if they come close to the income eligibility guidelines. And of course, if you do, then continuing right in with that application, hopefully that day as the available appointments allow. You can call that day directly into our HEAP number and get an application and an appointment started that day. We'll talk more about that again with our guest in just a moment, but here's some more news and information we wanted to share with you. This is just a reminder, as we've been talking a lot about childcare, early care, and education. We want to remind folks, we talked about this on another program, but that low or no cost childcare is available to a number of Mainers. You may be eligible, you and your family may be eligible. The Child Care Subsidy Program lets individuals choose a child care provider you trust at an affordable or no cost. The parent or guardian must be employed in school or job training or retired to participate in this program. The family must meet income requirements at or below 85% of the main median income. So for many folks who don't know what that is, you really want to check into it, because more households qualify for this benefit than initially think that they do. Again, this is the Child Care Subsidy Program. A family of four, for example, an income there, the eligibility requirements are that you are at or below $76,643 a year. And we know many Aroostook County families would qualify. If you'd like to learn more or apply, you can reach out to the address there on your screen or the phone number there on your screen. You can also call us here at ACAP and ask to be connected with our early care and education program. We have a child care eligibility enrollment specialist who can also help give you a little bit of information around that program. So don't be shy to give us a call about that program. We move on now to talk about another topic, which is health insurance. And we had been talking about the open enrollment period for coverme.gov, which was allowing people to get into the open enrollment, open insurance marketplace for 2022 healthcare coverage. Normally that happens during open enrollment, unless you have a specific eligible qualifying event, if you will. And those life-changing events include having or adopting a child or losing other health coverage. You may be eligible for a special enrollment period. There are other options that are other life-changing events in that as well. We encourage you to visit coverme.gov. But here in Aroostook County, we encourage you to reach out at Andrea White at acap-me.org or call her at 764-3721 and learn more about coverme.gov and how you might come into the affordable healthcare coverage marketplace at this time. And she can help you sort of determine whether or not you have a qualifying event that would allow you to enroll at this time of the year. We want to congratulate two of our community partners, Gons Farms in Caribou and Quaggy Joe, the Quaggy Joe Ski Center here in Presque Isle. Both of these organizations worked in partnership with ACAP's tobacco smoke-free policy program and worked on brand new policies to help them become smoke-free places for families to truly enjoy. Both of these are very popular places and attractions for families and people of all ages to enjoy. ACAP wants to just let people know that in addition to congratulating Gons and Quaggy Joe, we want to let you know that we offer these services free of charge to other businesses organizations, nonprofits. Of course, Quaggy Joe is a nonprofit. Chastity Holland is the person who leads these efforts for ACAP, and she's very knowledgeable and good at what she does, and she'll work you through the process every step of the way. In addition to the free service in developing those tobacco-free policies, you'll receive signs such as the Chastity cartoon is holding this area as tobacco-free that will be available to you at no charge to post at your facility. Again, 764-3721, extension 236, or just ask for Chastity Holland. Oral health services are available to youth across Aroostook County, youth age birth through the age of 18. Our ACAP dental hygienist, Lucy Moore, is available to do oral health screenings, cleanings, varnishes, and other molar sealants. If further restorative work is in fact needed, a referral will be made and connections will be made either way to help you connect into a permanent dental home and in a dental practice. Main care participants receive these services for free. So if you're a main care recipient, reach out to us and know there'll be no additional out-of-pocket costs there for you. For non-main care participants, there's a $42 private pay cost, and that's really very affordable in the world of dentistry. So we encourage you to give us a call if we can be of any assistance to you in providing these oral health services. Now, in addition to that, I want to point out that payment assistance is available if needed. No one will be turned away from services. So if that $42 cost is an impediment to you receiving much needed oral health care services, give us a call and we can help you work through that. If you're having trouble paying your utility bills, and we know a lot of folks are right now, the good news is if you're renting here in Aroostook County and if you're income eligible, you qualify for the Maine Emergency Rental Assistance Program. It's helping many people get by right now with the added cost of electricity, of heating oil, and subsequent rents going up across the region. Please do check out our website to look for the income eligibility guidelines for different size households. And then we encourage you to go to mainrentrelief.com to complete an application. Note that you're a resident of Aroostook County. That application will come to us and our emergency rental assistance program team will process that application. We are also available to help you if you are unable to access it online or just prefer to do the application online. You can give us a call here and our reception team will help you complete that application. 764-3721 again is the number. The good part about this is it can provide and pay for rent for up to 18 months, but also cover the cost of electricity, water, sewer, heat, and internet. And the payment goes directly to the vendor. So it goes to the landlord or it goes to your utility provider. And so it never comes into your household. So it's not counted against your income. So please do give us a call, especially seniors living on fixed incomes right now. This is the program that we have available to help you mitigate the cost of increased fuel and electricity. We move on to talk about some of our COVID-19 services available, and this is a service available to all folks across Aroostook County. Every home in the U.S. is eligible to order 2 sets of 4 free at-home COVID tests. Previously, it was a 1 set per household. They expanded that, so if you already had requested your first set of 4 and are finding yourself in need or just want to have some in the event that you need some, please go ahead and order your second set. It should be cleared now to do that at covidtest.org. In addition to that, select households in Maine, including some here in Aroostook County, have access to additional set of 5 COVID tests through accesscovidtest.org. We encourage you to look into that resource as well. If you plug in your zip code, it'll tell you whether your community is one of the ones that's eligible to participate in this program. Encourage you again to do that. These are free and will be delivered to your home at no charge. We again are reminding folks, one of our guests on ACAP today just got her booster, but we are reminding folks to get your COVID-19 vaccination here in Maine. We can help you access where those locations are. You can also go online at maine.gov/COVID-19/vaccines, but you can call us right here at the office if you need help finding out where appointments are, 764-3721, and we will help you. Everyone 12 and older has already received the COVID-19 vaccine is, of course, now eligible for a booster shot. So we're encouraging that as well. If you need a free ride to get to either a vaccine appointment or a booster appointment, give the Department of Health and Human Services a call at the 800 or 855 toll-free number on your screen there and to reserve a ride. Again, please do that at least 48 hours in advance so that they can make sure that somebody's available to get you and bring you to your appointment and return you home. COVID-19 community supports continue to be available through ACAP in our partnership with the Department of Health and Human Services. We can offer free grocery and meal delivery to your home, get you any medications that you need, over-the-counter medications, even help you get a thermometer if you don't have one at your home, and many other services. If you are asked to isolate or quarantine, give us a call here at 764-3721 so we can help you get connected with this program, or go to the DHHS website here in the state of Maine and look for COVID-19 community supports. It's a service we're happy to offer our community, and we've provided to a number of individuals, and the deliveries to your home are certainly most appreciated so we can help keep our community safe. There are free tax appointments that continue. We've been telling you about this program since early January and are pleased now to be able to provide those services directly in partnership with the Aroostook Cash Coalition, sponsored by the County Federal Credit Union and made possible through a partnership between ACAP, United Way of Aroostook, New Ventures Maine, and other county community partners. We encourage you to schedule your free tax appointment. Time is running out. We're halfway through the month of March, and there's about a month left in the tax season. Dial 211 or visit cashmaine.org to schedule your appointment today. This is for individuals, free tax appointment, free tax preparation for individuals or households that have an income of less than $58,000. So many people in Aroostook County qualify, and our team of coaches and other navigators will be on site to help you access additional services at the end of your appointment. And many folks are quite surprised at what other services they're eligible for, including folks who have never applied for programs like the Home Energy Assistance Program or the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. So folks are learning quite a bit when they come in for their tax appointment, and we're pleased to partner with our partners at United Way and New Ventures Maine and the County Federal Credit Union and others on this project. And lastly, in this week's news and information you can use, if you or your family are in need of any assistance at this time and we haven't quite connected you with the right services through this broadcast, but you're saying, gosh, I really need help with something, reach out to us, 764-3721. We have navigators that are available to help sort of connect the dots for you on what programs and services are available, whether we offer them here at ACAP or through some other resource in the community. We're happy to help make that connection for and with you. And that's this week's news and information that you can use. I'm so pleased now to welcome to ACAP today two return guests. We haven't seen Shannon Hill in a while, but Shannon, it's nice to have you back on the program.
Thank you, Jason. It's nice to be back.
And Sherry Locke, who is Shannon Hill, I might add, is the manager of energy programs for us here at ACAP. And Sherry Locke, of course, the director of advancement. Nice to have you back on the program.
Nice to be here, Jason. Thank you.
So Sherry, I'm going to start with you because this is a great brainchild event of yours, and you were instrumental in helping to get some very precious cargo delivered into Aroostook County, and we're turning it around super quick to get it into the hands of individuals. So first, talk about the concept of Keep the County Warm Day, and then about one of the two components anyway of this very special project.
Yeah, so we were really excited. Last week, we received a very large donation. Over 1,500 brand new, gorgeous children's coats were delivered to us here in Aroostook County, with the premise that we share them with families and children in Aroostook County that need them. So we acted really quickly as a countywide organization. The cold weather is still with us. On March 17th, St. Patty's Day, we are going to have coats available countywide. So you can see on the screen, we'll have them in Fort Kent, Madawaska, Caribou, Holton, and Dyer Brook, available to any family that has a growing child. So again, they're brand new, they're gorgeous, and we're really, really excited to be able to share them countywide.
All right, so let's just quickly talk folks through where they can find those. They're at ACAP locations across Aroostook County, but some folks may not be aware of those. So let's walk through where in Fort Kent can folks get these coats.
Yeah, so in Fort Kent, we're going to have them. All of the coats will be available from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We really wanted to make them as available as possible. In Fort Kent, they will be available at our Fort Kent Center, which is on 40 Alfalfa Avenue. And again, from 8 to 5, no appointment necessary. We have delivered almost 300 coats to that location. So if your child uses the center there, or if you are a family that has access to that address, we would highly encourage you to come visit us, starting in the northernmost spot at our Madawaska office. If at Fort Kent office, excuse me, if Madawaska is an easier location for you to reach, we have the jackets available at our office in Madawaska at 88 Fox Street, which is my favorite location because it's right across the street from my favorite Martin's. And again, they will be available from 8 to 5 in all sizes. So the sizes that we've received are from 2T to size 18. So and there are coats of every color for boys, for girls. And then moving on a little more south, the next stop would be in Caribou. So we will have them at our Caribou Center, which is 17 Bowles Road. So again, if your child goes to that center, you'll be right there right in the morning to be able to pick up a coat. But if you don't use our childcare center, we would still encourage you to stop into that center to pick up a coat. We have hundreds there as well. So those were delivered last week. So really excited. In Presque Isle, we have multiple offices, so we will be having them at our main administrative office, which is 771 Main Street, which is right outside of Walmart. We also will have them at our Goulville Center, which is 44 Park Street. At that center, we have hundreds of kiddos that are there every day, so we will have them there. And then we will also have them at our newest location in Presque Isle, which is 37 Birch Street, which is at the Presque Isle Housing Authority. We have 2 classrooms there. We're also going to be doing a fun event in the afternoon from 3 to 4 on, again, March 17th. We are going to be doing cocoa and coats. So we're encouraging kiddos that will be going to school all day to stop by the community center at Birch Street to pick up their coat, again, from 3 to 4. Families obviously can come earlier. We do open there at 8 a.m. as well. But if the students want to choose their own jacket, we will have something special for them there from 3 to 4. And then lastly, moving south, a little more south, we will have jackets available at our office and childcare center in Holton, which is at 91 Military Street. Again, available to children that are in our centers, but also available to their siblings and other community members to stop in. And then our final stop is in Dyer Brook at the Southern Heuristic Community School. We have been working with them. We do have classroom there, and we'll also be sharing them with students that live in that community. So we're really excited to be able to share them countywide. It's still cold here in Heuristic County, so we wanted to get those coats out. Really encouraging families to think about the size that their child may be wearing next year if they already have a coat to get them through this year, because again, we have over 1,500 coats to share, and we really want to get them out on March 17th.
Yeah, very good point, Sherry. It's a great time to be thinking sizing up one. They may get a little bit of wear. If the days continue to be as chilly as they are now, they may get another month of wear of those winter coats. I've been known to wear winter coats while people have gone trick-or-treating in snowsuits. So I think we might have, we've done some Easters in snowsuits too. So I think it's important to note that we're thinking ahead. We were very fortunate and blessed to get these coats when Operation Warm sent them to us. And we wanted to get them right into the hands of folks as quickly as possible. But think ahead to the growth your child might experience into the next fall winter season. Now, we did note all of those locations. Those are just locations, folks, where you can pick them up, Sherry. By no means, if you live in Van Buren or Westfield, where Shannon lives, or St. Agathe or Frenchville or Island Falls, or any of the communities that are not going to have a specific pickup location, it doesn't mean that you're not able to get a coat, correct?
Absolutely. So we're utilizing the resources we have, which are our current existing locations here in Heuristic County, but absolutely anyone in Heuristic County who has a growing child, we're encouraging them to stop in and pick up the jacket at the location that works best for them. So if you're traveling for work and a different location works better, or any situation like that. There are no income guidelines, which is the other piece that I think is very important. A lot of the programs and services that we offer are federal and state programs, so there are income guidelines. And with this program, there are not. So we know that all families in Heuristic County are feeling challenged at this time with the rising prices. So this Keep the County Warm Day, these jackets will be available to any family in need. And again, if you have a growing child, you're going to need a coat for next year. So we really want to encourage you to think ahead and know that this resource is available. Operation Warm has been a great partner to ACAP for the last couple years, knowing that we are in the most northern part of Maine, and knowing that it's still cold here, they thought it was perfect to share some of their extra jackets with us. So we feel very fortunate to get them, and even more fortunate to be able to get them out to families in need.
So Shannon Hill, speaking of great community partners and statewide partners that ACAP has to sort of benefit from and help support the people of Heuristic County, one of those certainly on an ongoing and consistent basis for us is Maine Housing. They work with us on administering the home energy assistance program here across Aroostook County. We're grateful to them for that. And you have a day planned to coincide with when people are picking up these coats. They can also be making a phone call or in a couple of locations, stopping in and saying, hey, might I qualify for the home energy assistance program? And this is a specifically important time to consider that because of the cost of heating oil. So first, tell us what your team will be doing on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, so in the spirit of keeping the county warm, in conjunction with giving out the coats, what we've done is we have cleared our schedule that day. So if you would like an appointment, if you have not had one yet this year, you can call in. You could stop in the Presque Isle office if you would prefer an in-person appointment. But no appointments is necessary. You don't have to call in before. You can just stop by or call in and say you would like to have that appointment. And we will have people available to take your call in that moment, process an application, and get you going in the process in order to receive a HEAP benefit.
Now, Shannon, it's talk about the ways to do it. At first, there's obviously, and the most accessible one for folks is just simply to give that call, correct?
Yep. So, traditionally we had always done in-person appointments, but with COVID, and we've learned to adapt. And so we have found that the phone appointments are very convenient for most. So if you don't want to come in, you definitely just give us a call and we can take all your information over the phone. And what we'll do is we then mail you the application for you to sign it, provide a postage paid envelope for you to mail everything back to us. We take that information, we certify it, it goes to Maine Housing. Within a week, they send your benefit to the vendor of your choice.
Great. And Shannon, this is actually a really good time of year to apply for energy assistance, is it not?
It is. You wouldn't think so. March, where, we're finally, the sun is up later in the evening, and temperatures today, I believe, got into the 40s. So, we are seeing the other side of that now, but we certainly are not out of the woods yet. Even by Aroostook County standards, we had a heck of a winter this winter, and you coincide that with the prices of fuel that's gone up. We should still be thinking about heat, and we should be thinking about next year. So if you apply this year, don't think, well, I don't need it this year. We're all set. We're on the downward slide. Well, you apply now, because it can take up to 6 to 8 weeks to get that benefit at your vendor. So at least then, when you start the season next year, you're going to have that money in your account at your vendor, so you don't have to worry at the beginning of the season how you're going to get, heat your house those first couple months. And that if you apply now, that benefit could stay at your vendor until this time next year. So you don't have to worry like, oh, I got to get that spent, or no, you put that there. It's kind of like a little savings bank for fuel, So definitely now is the time to call. Things are slowing down for us. So that 6 to 8 week thing is we're doing more. We can, push it 4 to 6 weeks right now. Certainly if individuals are in an emergency situation, we encourage you to call in right now and utilize what's called ESIP, the Emergency Fuel Program. Good news just came out this past week from Maine Housing, where they have increased the amount of ESIP that we can give out. It was $600, which was an increase from last year, $400. But Maine Housing, everyone's recognizing the fuel prices going up. And so we want to be able to help those individuals that need the help. And right now we can offer up to $1,400 in ESIP funds, which is huge. That will literally, you might be able to get to fill your tank, so with the prices the way they are. And so if you've already called in and used your ESIP once, that's $600, we can give you another $800 in ESIP. So you just got to give us a call. But do remember, for ESIP, to qualify for ESIP, you do have to be under a quarter of a tank. Or if you're a wood person, you have to be out 5 days of fuel.
Oh, okay. So that's important to know. Speaking of important things to know, we talk about the fact that you can do these appointments over the phone, and obviously that you mentioned that there would be mailings that go back and forth, and there'd be different ways, including coming to a facility and having your documents scanned and the like. But if somebody's considering driving into the Presque Isle office at 771 Main Street or the 91 Military Street Holton office on the 17th and would like to do an in-person appointment, are there documents that they can bring with them that would help them in that process so that there doesn't have to be as much back and forth?
Yeah, no, exactly. So there's basically 4 things that we need you to bring with you. We need a proof of income. We're going to need social security cards for anybody over the age of 2 in the household. We'll also need your current electric bill and a copy of your driver's license, just for the applicant themselves. So basically, it is just those 4 things, unless there's a special circumstance with a particular application, but the normal application process, those are the 4 things that we'll need. So if you bring those with you, we could just Zoom it right away, certify you that day, and ultimately have your benefit the week later if you come with documents.
That's great to hear, and I think great information for people to know to sort of get prepared for this day. Now, Shannon, it's not only this day. Folks can call and schedule an appointment at a time that's more convenient for them, and the reality of the situation is right now that's not going to be weeks away.
Right. No, not honestly right now, Jason, if you call today, we're scheduling out the next week. So if you were to call to an appointment today, we'll get you an appointment by the latest this time next week. So we're able to get you in a lot quicker because of the time of the year. And process documents just a lot quicker because we are starting to wind down for the season.
That's really good. I think people need to hear that. Now, Shannon, the other message I think we need to get to people, and you certainly talked about it a little bit in your earlier statement, is, Sherry and I have been working at these tax prep programs. I had the good fortune of heading up to Fort Kent and down to Holton on weekends. And in some cases, we're connecting directly, but many of our coaches are connecting with folks. And people are very surprised to learn that they might be eligible for the HEAP program. People that are coming in to have their taxes done, when we're sitting and doing interviews with them afterwards about what other programs might be able to be helpful at this time. I've sort of done some quick math in my head, and I know that there are at least hundreds, and I suspect that there are 2,000 or more households in Aroostook County that likely qualify for HEAP who are not even applying right now. And you hit the nail on the head, the cost of fuel oil going where it's going. This is assistance that's available. And one of the things we want to make sure people understand is you're not taking it away from somebody else. And it's there for you if you qualify income eligible wise. Please, this is your opportunity.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. Do not feel that by applying, that you are taking money away from somebody else, because you are not. That is not the case. This money is here for everybody. If you think you're going to apply, apply. Even if you'd be surprised every year for the last, I don't know how many years now, the income guidelines have gone up and up and up. So if you applied a couple of years ago and like, oh no, I was over limit, you'd be surprised. You applied now, and I'd be willing to bet that you are probably under. And if we do it and we find that you're, just $100 over or something, we can work with you and see if you have any out-of-pocket medical expenses, because those are deductions that we can take off that income for the last 30 days and to try to get you under that guideline to make you eligible. So we get a few things that we can do to help you out and get as many people qualified as possible.
That's really great to hear, Shannon. The other thing that I think we want to cover at this particular time is you talked about the HEAP appointments being able to be held over the phone, but that really doesn't require you to have to drive in to go anywhere. We know transportation is a huge factor for folks, so consider that. But also consider, when we talk about these income eligibility guidelines, if you fall a little bit above, it doesn't mean you're out of the game, correct? There are some deductions that you can consider.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So it doesn't hurt, apply. I think you might be surprised who will be eligible now versus in the past.
And the best way, Shannon, for folks to get in touch with you?
Yep. So definitely on the 17th, you want to give ACAP office a call. You can call 764-3721, or you can call us directly at 768-3053. And one of our team members will take the call. If it's not convenient for you at the time to do your appointment on that day, we are very happy to schedule you for whenever it is convenient for you. A typical application usually takes 15-20 minutes at the top. So if you have that time available, call in and we'll get you done. If you don't, call in and we'll get you an appointment for when it is convenient for you.
Shannon, the other thing that you mentioned in this interview is that households, and that's the reason why I'm going to call folks' attention to what I just put up on the screen here, that folks who haven't applied for a number of years because they may not have been eligible a few years ago because of income levels. The other thing that's changed in this program is the look back period. So there's income levels by household size, but you may not have qualified a couple of months ago, but you may qualify this month. Talk about that.
Exactly. So if you applied, sometime last year and you were a little bit over, let's say you had a part-time job that month. And so you had a little extra income. Well, you no longer have that little part-time job. Apply again. If you were over income then and your income has changed, your situation has changed since then, there's nothing that says you can't apply again. So when you apply, we're going to look at the last 30 days. So that's something new this year. Typically, we've always gone back. It was 3 months or 12 months, depending on which one was more advantageous for the client. But now we're only going back 1 month, 30 days. So we're only looking at the income that came into the household the last 30 days. And like you say on the screen here, 2 people, as long as you've made under 3,181 in that last 30 days, you would be eligible for HEAP.
And that's a very good point, Shannon. I mean, back to the example of the tax prep program. I was in Holton this last weekend and just sat down with someone after they had just gotten their taxes done. We're not registered. We're not applicants of the HEAP program, not engaged in the HEAP program, and fell under a household of 2, a senior citizen couple fell quite under this amount living on their fixed income, Social Security income, and had no idea that they were eligible for HEAP, and had to actually have a furnace replacement earlier in this heating season and had some complications on their tax return because they had to take money out of a retirement fund. Explain to folks why it's not only important that you register for HEAP for the heating assistance, but in this case, that home emergency with a broken furnace might have been a situation that they could have avoided an out-of-pocket expense on.
No, exactly. So this program is, it really opens the door to all the other programs at ACAP, specifically the one that does fix furnaces, which we call the CHIP program, Central Heating Improvement Program. So once you're HEAP certified, exactly that. If you have a situation where your furnace is not working, you wake up and the furnace isn't kicking on and you don't know what to do, you can give us a call. And because you are HEAP certified, we can, possibly help you with that so that you don't have that out-of-pocket expense, because, a furnace replacement is quite expensive. So when you are on a fixed income, there's no way that you can afford a $6,000 to $8,000 furnace and still be able to pay for your food and your medications and gas to get to town for your doctor's appointments. So really, applying for HEAP not only is beneficial for the fuel component, but it also opens up the door for many other opportunities for ACAP to be able to assist you, to help you financially, so that you are warm, safe, and dry.
Indeed, gets you on a list to have weatherization done in your home, can get you eligible to receive a free heat pump through that program. It opens a lot of doors. It also has, as I have heard, helped individual who receive a supplemental nutrition assistance benefit or food stamps, as they're commonly known, actually change and potentially increase the amount that they receive on their SNAP benefit. So it's a really worthwhile program to look into. And again, as Shannon pointed out, now is a great time of year to do that. Sherry Locke, I didn't mean to get carried away with Shannon Hill, but you know how excited I get about the HEAP program and ensuring that our community members, especially right now with everything that's going on, are cared for in this program. And I know you've been on the front lines working with Shannon Hill, working with Heidi Ratcliffe, working with others at this agency, Randy Rattray, to maximize the opportunities to support families during this difficult time. As we head into this Keep the County Warm Day, what are you seeing and what are you hearing out there with your colleagues in terms of where there are challenges and where there are opportunities for folks to be helped with those challenges in our community?
Absolutely, Jason. I think it's important to note that ACAP can help. We can connect you to the services and the programs that you need, and it may be multiple services and programs that you may not even realize that we offer. So I would encourage anyone that is feeling the pain at the pumps or filling up that oil tank. I mean, fuel is over $5 a gallon now. That's unprecedented, and it's a challenge for all of us. A lot of the individuals that we're serving, as Jason mentioned, are older residents, but we're also serving a lot of working families that have never had to come to us before. And I would just scream from the rooftops, contact us. Let us help you. Let us at least evaluate your situation and see what services we can offer you. As Shannon was talking about the 30-day look back, one of the things that I've realized in my work as of late is that families impacted by COVID-19 because they're isolating or quarantining may lose a week or 2 weeks of work because they're home with their child or because themselves can't go to work. And a lot of folks are unable to work from home based on the job that they have. So that 30-day window is fantastic for this because we're then able to connect those customers that we're helping with the groceries or the medicine, connecting them to HEAP, and Shannon's team's able to get them in quickly and able to connect them to fuel assistance because in that 30-day period, they may be missing a week or 2 of pay. So it's very different this year, and we really, really want to encourage folks to reach out. I also, Jason, want to take a minute just to congratulate Shannon and her team. I don't know if everyone realizes this, but to date, they've served over 5,500 households here in Aroostook County. It's incredible. They're on target this year to do over 6,000 households, which would be our biggest year yet. And as Shannon mentioned, we have the resources to help you. We just need you to make that first step in reaching out and calling us and letting us connect you to those programs and services. So I want to say congratulations, Shannon, to you and your team. You're being very creative. It's been very cold. You've had a lot of mornings with hundreds of phone calls for emergency, and your team has done a fantastic job meeting the need and navigating the systems that are in place. And I want to say congratulations to you for that, because it is challenging, and that's a lot of households to be touching. That's, thousands of people that you've touched just during this winter alone. So great job.
Well, appreciate that, Sherry. Thank you very much. I'm very proud of my team. They have worked very hard this winter.
Very much so, Shannon. Congratulations to you and that team. I mean, this is one of, if not the most difficult set of jobs in our agency. It's grueling. It's a lot. There's a lot coming at you, and sometimes, as people who are challenged and finding themselves in a challenging situation where freezing is a very real possibility to them. Sometimes it makes for challenging interactions, and we know that people don't intend to come across as not pleasant, but your team, has kudos for being, armchair quarterbacks, helping people de-escalate situations and things of that nature. And to walk a mile in your team's shoes would be, I think, very eye-opening for many of us, not only in the agency, but across Aroostook County. So thank you to you and your team for, just doing such a fantastic job at keeping us current, getting support out the door where it's needed most to people in Aroostook County.
Yep.
Sherry, with that, let's before we leave, folks, let's just recap what we're talking about here. We're talking about Keep the County Warm Day. So if you could, I'll bring up on the screen the slide that talks about this day and just talk us through what's happening on St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, we're hoping everyone's feeling lucky, whether that means getting an on-the-spot HEAP appointment with Shannon and her team and being able to keep your house warm, or whether it means that you are able to pick up a brand new winter jacket for your child, sizes 2 to 18. Those will also be available countywide at locations in Fort Kent, Madawaska, Caribou, Presque Isle, Holton, and Dyer Brook. So again, we really just want to be able to keep the county warm, and by way on St. Patrick's Day of a warm coat, or helping you fill that fuel tank, whatever that may look like in your household. So really just want to encourage the county. Please know that we are your partner and that we want to help. So please reach out if there's a service that you need, or just you need a little help and not sure where to go. Let us help you with that. And together on March 17th, we're hoping to keep the entire county warm that day.
All right, Sherry Locke, Shannon Hill, thank you so much for joining me on this special edition of ACAP today to talk about a very heartwarming and literally warming event here in Aroostook County on St. Patrick's Day. We wish you all the luck of the Irish coming up on St. Patrick's Day. Now, before we leave all of you today, just a quick reminder that here at ACAP, if you are moved by the work that Shannon and her team do, or what Sherry spoke about, and would like to be a part of that wonderful and fantastic team, we encourage you to reach out to us by considering applying for a job. We have positions available across Aroostook County, over 20 openings right now within the agency, just reflective of the current labor market out there. It's very tight. We have some great positions that engage directly with individuals in our community and certainly help make life better in connecting programs and services. And they range from Dyer Brook all the way up to Fort Kent. So consider getting your application in. You can do so, or you can connect with us at acap-me.org and see all of the positions available and we'd love to have your application in and consider you for employment with our agency. And lastly, as we do each point in the broadcast, we leave you with our photo of the week, and we have been leaving you with a throwback snapshot of the week. We go back to 2003. I feel like that was just yesterday, but that's what our very young and talented designer and the person who puts these slides together selected for our throwback picture of the week. This takes us not too far from where I'm standing right now. This takes us to the Goulville Early Care and Education Center back in 2003 for our children who were enrolled in early Head Start at that time, and are now probably what? Where would they be in the pipeline of events? They would be graduated high school, wouldn't they? Wow. Okay, this is a little bit further back than I thought, ladies. But anyway, this was the ACAP Head Start toddler room in 2003 at Goulville, and look at those faces. I would be curious to see what they're all up to now. I bet you we have some successful young adults in this mix right now. And there were some of our staff members, 3 of our staff members from the time there posing with them. We thank all of them, and we look forward to hearing what they're all doing and how they're succeeding in life in this 50th anniversary of the Aroostook County Action Program. And we'll be sharing with you in the coming weeks more 50th anniversary specials. We have the 3 former board chairs, or 2 former board chairs, and our current board chair who will be joining us for a wide-ranging discussion coming up here on ACAP today. And then in the not too distant future, we'll be sharing, members of our Community Development Committee will be sharing with us some of the activities that we have planned for 2022 as we celebrate Aroostook County Action Program's 5 decades of service here in Aroostook County. We'll look forward to that and look forward to celebrating with you throughout the coming months. So with that, we'll look forward to seeing you on the next edition of ACAP today, if not before. Have a great week, everyone. Enjoy. And don't forget, join us for the March 17th St. Patrick's Day event at any one of our centers that Sherry spoke about. See you then.